Hi, we are here at Knitapestry in Waldwick for our first video in January for the New Jersey Wool Walk coming up. Woohoo! April 17th through 25th, but we are shamelessly promoting our own knit-alongs because as a New Jersey store, we want to have you guys participate too because we are doing most of these on Zoom. We don't do anything really in a group in the store currently. So our Zoom calls are so fun. And we have the next one coming up. We have a Hana sweater knit along. Oh, I gotta go get it. Hold on a second.
Which is
Coming, you think I'd be better prepared. Coming up at the end of January. We're not really gonna talk about this today, but this is the knit along. End of January, you've got to be really experienced knitter to do this. It's not really a class. It's just a group chat, and you can chat about techniques and stuff on the sweater, and that's going to be like every couple of weeks for like 3 months because it's going to take a long time to do a sweater. But we are here to talk about Charmaine's new knit along. It's fun and it's short, and I'm just going to give you up to Charmaine.
Yeah, which is very appropriate for someone who's newer to knitting or just wanting to expand and do a couple new things.
What you lose?
Excuse me. Ah! Got it. Sorry about that. Anyone who wants to do kind of a couple new techniques, even if you've been knitting, you know, scarves or whatever, maybe you've never knit in the round before, maybe you've never done a fancy kind of different kind of stitch before. This is the bubble cowl from Stephen West. This is kind of what the pattern sheet looks like. I'll show you
It's fun.
It's really fun. It lets you use all different colors, whatever order you want. You can use up old yarn. But did you have some questions about?
I have some questions, but first I want to shamelessly plug that we are completely prepared for the cowl. We have mini skeins of worsted weight.
That's one
of my questions.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's okay.
I didn't read my
Okay.
question.
Yeah.
We are prepared in case you want to use other yarn other than your own stash and you want to add to it. So we're going to have these available so you don't have to buy full skeins of yarn. And that one too.
So I haven't finished, but I've started 2 of them.
Well, it's only worth it if you're
Because
knitting more than one project.
You can't knit one.
You cannot just knit one.
Because you go, oh, wait, I want to use these colors. And then you have to start another one. That's how it goes. You can leave those right there.
Should I ask your questions now? Are you prepared?
Yes, I'm ready for your questions.
Okay.
I have my answers. Because I kind of know what the questions are.
She wrote them out. Question number 1. Which version should I do?
Oh, that's a really
There's
good
more
question.
than one version?
That's an excellent question. There are 2 versions of this. So when you sign up, because you can't wait to do a knit along with Knitapestry, you could possibly do just a cowl that's uniform the whole way around with the same size bubble, or the 2 that I have started are both the hooded cowl, which starts and it has small bubbles and then medium bubbles and then large bubbles. But it's a tube. It's knit like, think of a deflated inner tube kind of construction. So they're a little different. One is a little more, the one that's uniform is a little more flexible to change the size of how long it is going around. But this one gives you a few extra little interesting things to do during your pattern.
You don't have a picture of that, do you?
Yes, well, you can kind of see in here. This one is the more uniform one, and this one that's kind of partially covering his face. Oh, maybe it kind of works like a mask as well. Oh yeah, that one. That's a good one.
This is the one.
Yeah. So varying sized bubbles on the hooded cowl.
I knew the answer to that before I asked the question. I saw that.
Yeah. I know the questions.
I did no homework. As per my life, I did no homework ahead of the test.
Go ahead.
Oh,
I'm ready for the next question.
How much yarn do I need?
That's a really good question too. The hooded cowl takes less yarn than the infinity cowl. If you do the infinity though, you can do it any size you want. You can make it shorter. That said, the infinity, if you make it as is, would take almost 6 full skeins of worsted weight, saying that your worsted weight skein is 100 grams. So for instance, you would need 6 Dream in Colors to do that. If you have leftovers, you just want to weigh them and make sure you have about 600 grams or 400 grams for the hooded.
That was an excellent answer. You're so prepared.
I studied the questions.
I never studied this. What needles do I need?
Oh,
Is there more than one answer?
that's the one I dropped.
That should not be, I didn't know that was even going to be a thing.
Well, so the pattern says a 24-inch cable, but I found on the hooded one that it was a very better way to start with the 16, because then you weren't like trying so hard to get it around. I don't know if that would be the case with everybody, but I would say if you're doing the hooded, start with a 16-inch cable. But once you get going, you get to the medium-sized bubbles, you can be on the 24-inch cable. And then also with the infinity, you could be on the 24 to begin with.
I'm getting that. Oh, it looks like a weird cast on. What's that about? These are such good questions.
The cast on is making an I-cord and then picking up stitches in the I-cord. It's not bad. Don't be turned off by the
He does a lot of I-cord.
Yes, he does.
Cast on, and he's done that. He did that in a couple of our knit-alongs with him.
Yes. So
Interesting.
it sounds
pretty.
like some people really
so cool.
Some people really repel from picking up stitches.
No,
but on an I-cord, it's very easy because you can see them. I would suggest maybe doing it on a light color rather, starting your cast on with a light color rather than a dark color.
Okay, I'm in. That's not a question. How do I sign up?
Oh, you can call the store. The price of there's 2 Zoom sessions. So the idea is that the first Zoom session is a little more instructional, a lot of questions, and you're getting going and you're making sure you understand everything. But the pattern itself is pretty repetitive. So by the second Zoom session, which is 2 weeks later, we're there showing everybody our different color combinations and everything. So it's $30, 2 Zoom sessions. That it's 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock on Monday nights, February 2nd. No. 8th and 22nd. Those are the 2 Mondays.
You'll be able to finish a small one in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, or you're pretty good into it. Yeah, I would think.
I have a question.
I know too many things at once, so I never know how long it would take to do just one thing all the time.
Forever, if you're me, because I'm a really slow knitter and I only knit one thing at a time. Does it require worsted weight yarn, or can you use other scraps that you have?
Ah, that is a really good question.
I didn't prepare for that. You don't have to answer that if you want to go home and redo that.
I found that worsted works great. So he says in the pattern description that you want it very dense and packed. So you want the stitches to be very, close together, and worsted is heavier than DK. So I found that the worsted worked really good. That being said, I also found that the kind of the spongy, I don't even know how to describe it. The spongier, the squishier the worsted, the better. It made the bubbles kind of be squishy. This cowl is done with the Rowan felted tweed, which is a DK that has alpaca in it, right? And it's kind of floppy and not as dimensional. So, which is not bad, it's just different. So depending on what you like, I even went down a needle size on this one to try to get it to puff up more. Still not so much, but I still like it. And I love the colors of Rowan tweed. And it's going to be super soft when I block it.
So I have another question. This is not on our, you didn't write this out.
No, I did. I ended my questions.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, now I'm on the next question.
Ah.
Do you think, since you wrote the pattern for the Have a Ball cowl, Charmaine DeMarco on Ravelry, available, do you think that the mini skeins that we're putting together would be good for this? Like, what is the weight? Well, this is a worsted weight version.
Yes. So these would be perfect for that. In fact, some of these were kind of started because of this section where you need, like, maybe this is the perfect amount for putting a color into this section. This is a pretty versatile cowl for using up skeins that you have as well. So you could do, you could get, I got to think back on how I did this. If you were getting worsted weight from scratch, you would need about a skein of this for this, a skein of the natural color that's in here, and the skein of the background color, the navy that's here. And then all the rest are just fill in. It's good to have maybe a multicolor that's your contrast for this one, but then other than that, it's just colors that you put together for a total of 6 or 7 colors.
I'm so proud of myself for asking that question.
I'm so proud of myself for remembering the
I'm
details.
proud of you for writing the pattern. It's on Ravelry. All these patterns are on Ravelry. Yes, you can buy the Stephen West Cowl pattern on Ravelry. We want to give him attribution, but if you do the knit along,
it's part of the, it's part of the price of the Zoom. The $30 gets you the pattern, the 2 Zooms, and 10% off of your yarn that you use for the.
Even the minis, so you don't have to buy full skeins.
Yep.
And you get Charmaine. And you get a Charmaine knit along.
Some people might not think that's
stop. We're trying to sell a cowl. We're trying to sell the Zoom call. I'm going to move on very quickly just to talk. This is a sweater project, and this is very different than Charmaine. Charmaine is going to do instructions. Are you going to have videos or anything?
Oh, I forgot that.
Yeah, I'm moving off the cowl. My sweaters.
The weird cast on that you never did before, and you didn't know how to pick up the stitches. There will be a video link
in your YouTube,
in your initial email that you get with all the details we've talked about here. But you will get an email after you sign up that has I think I'm on schedule to do 3 different little videos. One for the cast on, one for the actual bubble stitch, and one for increasing. If you do the hooded version, there's an increase section, which is not a big deal, but sometimes people just like to see it.
It's a big deal. You can see it over and over again.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
How do you like that? You should have put that as a question.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
I'm so impressed.
It was actually part of one of the answers, and then I went off.
I have no idea how to load anything onto YouTube. So that's why we're zooming this call.
Let's hope I get that.
That's why we're zooming this call, and we're putting it, and another store is putting it on YouTube. We're shamelessly going to use this time to plug both our knit alongs and Knit Tapestry in Waldwick, and you can join us even if you're at a different part of the country or a different part of the state. And the New Jersey Wool Walk again will be April 17th through the 25th, 9 days. The stores will all have different times for physically attending, but we are going to try to make all stores have available not only these kind of Zoom links, but virtual participation. So you shouldn't have to feel that you have to enter any store. Not all stores are open all the time. So we're very much recognizing limited physical attendance and trying to work on our Zooming and our virtual presence, because we are part of 2021 now. For the time being.
Right when we get this Zooming down, we'll be vaccinated and we won't be doing Zoom anymore.
Poo, poo, poo.
And we'll be so good at it.
Kinahara. You won't need any videos because you'll be such good knitters by then. Is that it?
That's it for me. Yeah. Anybody has any questions, you can call the store.
Email's better. Don't call us.
Oh yeah, well,
the email, Nancy@knittapestry.com. Because we can answer that at any time of the day or night, but the phone is a little problematic.
But if you want to sign up, call.
Oh yeah. Call the store, leave a message.
We're good with that.
Email us email us. We will get you in that Zoom call or the HANA. Let us know, and we will talk to you guys soon. Hopefully, we will see you either on a Zoom or in person. Thank you. And I'm going to turn this off now.
Worked.
That was excellent.
Okay.
Now upload. It's all on you.
Yeah.
That was great. I'm not even going to proofread it. We're just going to send it. Make sure it's the long one. As opposed to that was great.
I forgot to talk about my checkoff sheets because they're going to be so much better than trying to use these.
That's really good. That's just a special added something.
Yeah,
that's
we'll
good.
Find that out later. Okay. So you want me to try to do, oh, it might take a minute to get it into the, I think you get an email when it's available. Oh, we didn't end it yet.
I said stop recording, no?
Oh, but we got to end the call.